Hi, welcome to Independent Green Party, Green TV. I'm Kerry Campbell.
And I'm Gail Farrell-Parker, Independent Green Party. Greens across America and worldwide are excited by the 2016 campaign like never before. Today's big news is a TV Green Party presidential primary debate. It is the first ever nationally and internationally televised U.S. Green Party presidential primary debate. The Green Party debate is on RTTV's show Watching the Hawks. Green Party Green TV's Kerry Campbell helped pull the debate together.
Thank you, Gail. That's absolutely right. And this is historic news for the Green Party. It is the first time ever a U.S. TV audience will see a Green Party presidential debate live on good old American TV. RTV's Watching the Hawks show is hosting the 90-minute Green Party debate. It will feature the Green Party candidates for president, Dr. Kent Mesplay, Sunanam Curry, and Dr. Jill Stein.
Kerry, how did you pull together this presidential primary Green TV debate?
Gail, thank you so much for asking that question. And before getting to it, let's bring in Bob Fitrakis. Dr. Bob Fitrakis of the Green Party of Ohio, an author, a PhD, a lawyer. Bob, I'm going to ask you here in just a moment, after I talk about how we pulled this together, your thoughts on what this will mean for the Green Party. Thanks for joining us, Bob. To answer your question, Gail, it was friendship. We were able to pull off this nationally and internationally televised Green Party debate with patience, cooperation, and perseverance. Now, Bob, you know, as Gail does, we're all friends with the candidates that are running for the Green Party nomination for president, Dr. Jill Stein, Dr. Kent Mesplay, and Sunanam Curry. And so we encourage them to do this televised debate. And, of course, I've been in broadcasting a long time. I have friends down there at RTV, so I reached out and encouraged them. And so ultimately, they did agree to make a long story short, it works. It works for the Green Party, and it works for RTV.
Bob Fitrakis, Green Party candidate, Green Party leader. What does the Green Party presidential primary TV debate mean for the Green Party?
Well, it means massive exposure across the United States and, more importantly, the world. I think at this point in history, when you hear stuff that the Republican candidates and the Dem candidate are so similar, they're calling Hillary Clinton the most hawkish person in the race. This is going to really expose people to a different way of looking at the United States, a party that actually wants to cut the military budget, wants sustainability of the economy, is thinking about moving towards not only alternative energy, but different ways of owning those through cooperative enterprises. I think this is a critical moment in U.S. history, and they'll see the diversity of the party. They'll see we're not merely a group of old environmentalists that are fond of hugging trees, which I am, but we're a very complex, sophisticated party that really is worrying about this planet.
Dr. Jill Stein, Dr. Fitrakis has talked about the Green New Deal, eco-jobs for the economy, eco-capitalism, solar jobs, wind jobs, geothermal jobs, something Gail Farrell-Parker's talked about as an independent Green Party candidate many times, nationwide high-speed rail. Other leading Greens like Howie Hawkins have talked about all the people that this can put to work. 20 million people building nationwide high-speed rail. Are those employment jobs, those Green New Deal eco jobs that the Green Party offers, something that speaks to, in your state, in Ohio, speaks to the people needing work?
Oh, absolutely not. There's more than a generation of work there, because we could be retrofitting all the houses. That's very manual labor. We could pay a living wage, and we could cut down our per capita energy consumption dramatically. We could build high-speed rail. We could, in fact, build that alternative economy. Ohio's a wind tunnel. We have 5-star wind. Anyone who's lived in Chicago or Buffalo or Cleveland, that wind howls in off the lake. What we need to do is to build that infrastructure, which then makes us less dependent on foreign oil and resources, and then we don't need a $700 billion military. We can then cut our military in half and look at a map differently and see 2 friendly oceans on either side and a friendly Canada and Mexico. So there's more than a generation of work replanting trees, regreening this planet, and quite literally saving lives by fighting climate change.
Bob Fitrakis, now we'll come back to talking about the nationwide Green Party presidential primary televised debate on RTTV. You can see it for the first time on May 9th, but it will be rebroadcast and added to RTV's website. Bob, I want to talk just a little bit. Now, Bob Fitrakis, folks, you're watching Green Party Green TV, is one of the nation's leading Green Party figures and one of the big thinkers. Bob, you're an author. You brought a book with you today. Please tell the viewers what your book is about.
Well, this book was by the New Press. It's called What Happened in Ohio in 2004. We also have another one coming out, actually. It's going to press on Monday, about the 2016 election, the strip and flip of the votes.
What's the name of the new book, Bob?
It's called the 2016 Strip and Flip of the Presidential Election. And the strip is the stripping of the voter rolls, which I first documented in this book. One figure, for example, George W. Bush would have never been elected president. Kerry would have won Ohio had not 24.96%. That's right. Nearly 1 in every 4 voters in Cleveland were illegally stripped from the voting rolls, were knocked off. Think about this. We talk about voting as a right. Why, when I don't protest for 4 years, they don't strip me of my right to protest and make me register with a state official to protest, but people who haven't voted in 4 years, they're deregistering them. This is a computer era. Ohio is an ID state. Why would you strip anyone from a computer? Why wouldn't you just leave them on the hard drive? Why are you taking people's vote away? Harvard University and the University of Australia rated the United States 47th out of 47th in terms of long-term democracy. We're the worst, and the Green Party is the only party that really wants to talk about it.
The Green Party, the positive solution for our society and our voting system. Bob Fitrakis, as I should have mentioned, Bob is also not only an author, but publishes a newspaper in Columbus, Ohio. Bob, what's the name of that?
The Columbus Free Press. It comes out monthly in the Capitol. But we also have 2 websites, freepress.org, which covers a lot of national news, and the columbusfreepress.com. And we broke a lot of news in Ohio as well as nationally. For example, you may recall in 2012, we discovered that the Romney family and his friends at Bain Company, which he founded, own the 3rd largest voting machine company in America, Hart Civic.
And Bob Fitrakis of the Green Party is, of course, one of the nation's foremost experts on voting, on the voting process, as is obvious as you're listening. Bob, please repeat to the folks the name of your books, the names of your books, and where people can buy your books.
What happened in Ohio is one of them. This is the New Press. But obviously you could buy them on Amazon, but we'd prefer you buy them at freepress.org and the columbusfreepress.com, because that money goes directly to our nonprofit, Columbus Institute for Contemporary Journalism, which investigates election irregularity and advocates for reform of the voting process in the United States.
The Green Party's Bob Fitrakis is also an award-winning journalist. Bob is also an award-winning journalist. Some of the stories that you have covered, Bob, that received awards that folks might have heard of, would you mention them, please?
Well, one was called Crack Air. It was the story of how the former Air America, which became Southern Air Transport, was relocated to Columbus, Ohio, and lo and behold, we had a crack epidemic on the Near East Side in the black community there. So we wrote about that, and the CIA Inspector General investigated, and lo and behold, they had hired 12 drug smugglers to be their pilots. So we did that story. We also pointed out that the American vote in 2012 was being done by Seidel, a company out of Barcelona, Spain. So the entire overseas vote and the entire military vote was being counted by a foreign company, which in 36 states could plug directly into the state central tabulators, which is a tremendous breach of security.
You're watching Green Party, Green TV. This is Gail Farrell Parker of the Independent Green Party of Virginia. I'm Kerry Campbell, and this is the Ohio Green Party's Dr. Bob Fitrakis. Bob Fitrakis, you're running this year for office, for local office in Ohio. What are you running for, Bob, and how can folks find out more or perhaps support your campaign?
Well, the thing I'm running for this year is county prosecutor. And part of it was the tremendous problem with fracking in the state of Ohio. The fracking waste is being imported in from West Virginia, Pennsylvania. We see it as, I don't see it, but the governor, John Kasich, sees it as a growth industry. So we're bringing in radioactive, contaminated water with more than 900 toxic chemicals possibly in it. And we in the Green Party have led a movement. One of our slogans is "No fracking way." We're not going to put up with it with the Green Party. So I'm running in part. My position is simple. You put fracking water upriver, it comes into Columbus, where I'm prosecutor, you're going to jail for poisoning people. Also, with the drug epidemic, we're not arresting anyone with personal possession of narcotics. We're going to use that to get them treatment. We're through with the, school to prison pipeline, the prison industrial complex. We're going to get people real treatment when it comes to the drug problem and the tremendous corruption in the Capitol. These deals, if we see deals between large corporations behind the scene, we're going to want to know whether that's RICO. I'd like to go after these people with organized crime laws because that's what it looks like to me.
Bob Fitrakis, Green Party candidate for prosecutor in Franklin County, Ohio. Green Party candidate. Bob, tell us, tell the viewers, please, a bit about some of the other Green Party candidates that are running in Ohio. I have seen, for example, my father was a machinist, so I know that the Green Party candidate running for U.S. Senate is a machinist. His name is Joe
DeMar.
Joe DeMar.
Joe DeMar, he is a machinist and very proud of it. And he's also very knowledgeable about the environment and what we need to do in Ohio. So we're proud to put him up for the Green Party. He's running across the state. And wherever he goes, he's doing quite well. A little different message. You've got the former governor, Ted Strickland of Ohio, running against Rob Portman, and they're beating each other up over a small amount of pro-corporate space in the center and raising huge amounts of money. Meanwhile, Joe DeMar, who believes in the legalization of hemp, a wonder product. You can't get high off it, but you can make 25,000 products off it, all green and biodegradable. So that's Joe DeMar, a machinist and Green Party member running in Ohio.
For U.S. Senate. Now, there are several other candidates, and unfortunately, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but running for Congress in Ohio, who I've seen out there, but I can't recall all their names.
Oh, Joe Manchik.
Joe Manchik's, yes,
is
right.
running for Congress in the 12th district. believes we've got to take action on this climate chaos. A lot
Joe
of people
Manchin,
in the world,
Green Party
Connie
candidate.
Goodell Newton, running for state rep.
I stepped on you there, Bob. Say his name again.
Connie
the
Goodell
lady.
Newton,
Connie Goodell Newton.
who's actually my law partner.
Oh, wonderful.
But very good on prison
She's the
reform.
Green Party
candidate, 25th House District in the state of Ohio.
Fantastic. Any other Green Party candidates that you would like to mention? Give a plug to in Ohio.
There's also Dennis Lambert, who's running in the 15th district for U.S. Congress. And he does a lot of work with veterans, and that's also what he does for a living. So to bring veterans back into society, retrain them, deal with their post-traumatic stress disorder.
Fantastic. Bob Fitrakis on Green Party Green TV with us today. I'm Kerry Campbell, and this is Gail Farrell Parker.
Yes, and we want to remind you, you're watching Green TV, and you can also see the Green Party presidential primary debate first on Monday, May 9th, in prime time on RTTV. Please check your local listing for the schedule. The Green Party presidential primary debate with Green Party candidates Ms. Susan M. Curry, Dr. Kent Mesplay, and Dr. Jill Stein will be moderated by Watching the Hawks host Terrell Ventura, Tabitha Wallace, and Sean Stone. RTTV is expected to rebroadcast the Green Party presidential primary debate in the USA and around the globe.
Bob?
Well, I'm going to have to.
No, that's okay. RTV will also be posting the Green Party presidential debate.
These work better than mine.
You got it, Bob?
On national, international websites, and they're green. Kerry, I understand this Green Party presidential primary debate on RTTV could be the first of a series, and I like these glasses. I need to campaign with them in Ohio. They're green and better than mine.
Bob Fitrakis, you're right. We're urging our TV, and the Green Party candidates to participate in at least a monthly debate leading up to the Green Party convention in August. The Green Party convention, by the way, will be in Houston, Texas, the first week of August. The Green Party convention, national convention, to nominate the Green Party candidate for president will be after the two larger corporate party national conventions. So first, May 9th, then after that, we hope June and July.
The Green Party candidates for president are successful not only in the U.S., but in Austria. The Green Party's former chairman and candidate for president, Alexander Van der Bellen, just advanced to the second round. Historical. Here is his Green Party campaign spot. It's called Times Change. It's the zeitgeist. It's the unfolding of the world green spirit.
Naturally, there are people in the two old corporate parties. They believe it's unthinkable. Someone from another political party could be elected president. But times change. And now the time has come. Let us move into a bright, hopeful future. It is us, for us, to decide. Courageous into the future.
Österreich steht jetzt vor einer
We
Richtungsentscheidung.
are at a crossroads.
Es kommt auf jede einzelne
It depends
Stimme
on
an.
every
Und ich
single vote.
bitte Sie um Ihre.
And I ask you for your vote. And I promise to go carefully with yours.
That was Green Party candidate for president in Austria, Alexander van der Bellen. Dr. Bob Fitrakis, Green Party candidate. What do you think of that Green Party spot?
I think the Green Party spot captures the essence of the time period, right? It is good that the Germans have words for this, the zeitgeist, right? He's reflecting literally the spirit of the age. People are yearning, clamoring, begging for change. The last thing they want is two old, tired corporate capitalist parties incapable of changing, accusing each other the problem when they're both the problem. That's a brilliant spot, and I think it just captures the essence of the moment.
I love his approach. It's so hopeful for the future, and he's asked people to trust him. It's just hopeful for the future.
Inspiring.
Inspiring, right.
Green Party inspiring.
And now I look at the Scotland Green Party campaign spot.
At this election, we're voting for the kind of country we want Scotland to be. Voting for a parliament that over the next 5 years can build the better Scotland we all know is possible. We can build a fairer, more just country for each of us and a more prosperous future for us all. But a better Scotland needs a bolder Hollywood. And for a bolder Hollywood, we need more Green voices, because the Scottish Greens are the only party with the policies to make it happen.
Scotland can guarantee a future for our young people. Too many face a future with no jobs and no opportunities. Green MSPs will invest in their future with a guarantee of apprenticeships or free education for all school leavers. Scotland can provide decent homes for all of us. We urgently need new housing and improvements to existing homes. With more Green MSPs, we can build 12,000 homes in social housing each year and control private rents to make housing affordable. Scotland can unlock the power in our communities. Let's scrap the unfair council tax and replace it with a modern land and property tax. This will open up derelict land for housing and community use, tackle wealth inequality, and raise money locally for essential services. Scotland can ban fracking once and for all. The Scottish Greens won the devolution of power over fracking. We will use that power to ensure that unconventional gas extraction does not take place in Scotland. Scotland can care for all our people. There's a huge gap between the value of care and the support carers receive. We will fight for a living wage plus of £9 an hour for paid carers and increase the carers allowance by 50%.
Fesca ma!
Scotland can connect everyone. Green MSPs will link people with the places and information they need and push the Scottish Government to deliver fibre broadband to 95% of Scotland by March 2018. Scotland can create new jobs for our country. As industries closed, so the communities they served have been left behind. Greens seek to rebalance Scotland's economy and support workers with a plan for over 200,000 new jobs in industries we need.
We all believe Scotland can be this better country for everyone who lives here. And for a better Scotland, we need a bolder Hollywood. The team of Green candidates across Scotland brings integrity, experience, and a record of achievement in the Scottish Parliament and across the country. We have the right ideas for the times we live in, the right policies for Scotland and for our world. The more Green MSPs you elect on May the 5th, the bolder our Parliament, and the more we can achieve to build a better Scotland.
Vote Green on the 5th of May.
Well, of course, my last name's Campbell, and the Campbells come from Scotland before they ended up in Kentucky. So, as my daddy always used to say, God bless Scotland.
And now, here's Green Party candidate Daryl Cherney's campaign spot, and it's starring his 3-year-old daughter. She's 4-year-old now.
She turned 4, yeah.
Yes, Abigail Grace Reynolds Cherney.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 7, 8. What comes after 8?
9, 8, 7,
These are the stakes: to make a world in which all of God's children can live, or to go into the dark. We must love one another or die. The choice is ours.
Vote for Daryl Cherney for president in the Green Party primaries, conventions, and caucuses. The future is in our hearts.
You're watching Green Party, Green TV. I'm Gail Farrell Parker, and our guest today is Green Party leader Dr. Bob Fitrakis. Bob, tell us what brings us to the National Capital Region today.
Well, I was invited in by the Washington Bar Association, Washington, D.C. Bar, and the Virginia Bar for a town hall meeting that's happening today, Saturday, April 30th, from 2 to 4 at Alfred Street Baptist Church in Alexandria, Virginia. We're going to talk about rights of American citizens. Do we even have a voting right? It's not in our Constitution. And again, we're in the first election since the destruction of the Voting Rights Act, and you're seeing record stripping of votes. It's what Harvey Wasserman, my co-writer, and I call, we're in the new electronic Jim Crow. They're stripping you. They're using e-polling books. They're using electronic databases to target minorities, to target the poor, to target the young, and it's wrong.
Bob, what's the positive Green Party solution to this vote stripping?
Well, the Green Party is on record for what they do in the European Union. Shockingly, the government has a command. It shall be a right to register to vote, and we register all our citizens. Right now, we have no right here, no constitutional right. We got 50 different states figuring out how to strip people from the voting rolls based on which one of the two dominant parties that they're in. So what we would do is universal registration for all citizens.
Fantastic. Now, as we're moving along, we want to now take you and show you Dr. Jill Stein, one of the Green Party candidates for president, Dr. Jill Stein's campaign ad.
The biggest way people give up power is by not knowing that we have it to start with. Well, we've got it, and we're going to use it. And it doesn't come from the big corporate political parties that are bought and paid for by Wall Street. Their choices are not our choices.
Their candidates are not our candidates. Their economy is not our economy.
Their government is not our government. Their prisons are not our prisons. Their police are not our police. And their endless wars are not our wars. And their recovery for the few is not our recovery. The 1% is quaking in their boots because we're waking up to the fact that we have the power and we're going to use it. We have the power to make the minimum wage a living wage. We have the power to turn the tide on climate change. We have the power to create a welcoming path to citizenship. We have the power to end the racist war on drugs. It's in our hands. Together, we can build a world that puts people and the planet and peace over profit. That's in our hands. Our power to create this new world. It's not in our hopes. It's not in our dreams. It's in our hands. Thank you.
Great spot.
Go ahead, run that one.
I think the political system really sucks right now, and just getting the person with the right chromosomes, with 2 X chromosomes, is not the solution. Hillary's agenda is not a woman's agenda. That's right. I mean, this is reality. Our fate is together. We are on this small boat, and that boat is not doing so well. Just putting a token woman into the White House is not going to do it, particularly when that token woman comes with the whole history of working for Walmart, whose agenda could be more harmful to the cause of women and children than Walmart, that forces their employees onto public assistance and food support. A candidate who's been behind closed doors with Goldman Sachs and receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars in speakers' fees, and who won't release the content of those speeches. The candidate who has yet to find a war that she didn't love, who led the charge on Libya, who supported the war in Iraq and only recanted on that, like a decade later or so. This is not what women need for the way forward, and it's not what society needs. We need a real public interest agenda with a public interest party. That's what my campaign is all about.
Great ads. Want to be part of the positive Independent Green Party solution? The Independent Green Party and Green Party recruits candidates for local, state, and federal office year-round. Independent Green contacts are available on websites. One, www.votejointrun.us. I would encourage people to check that out. In Virginia, people can contact the Independent Green Party at 703-351-1235. That's 703-351-1235. Email Independent Green Party State Chairman Joe Adu at usrepublic@aol.com. Check out the Independent Greens YouTube channel or contact the Indie Green Party on Facebook. Also, Jill Stein's Green Party videos run at facebook.com/now-this-election/116-590-854-0107-301. But just Google Jill Stein's Green Party videos.
Great job, Bob. Thank you so much. This is you, Gail. Yeah.
Okay. Green Party, Green TV, is produced and directed by me.
Hold on, let me try that. That's this edition.
Okay. Sorry. That's this edition of Independent Green Party, Green TV. I'm Gail Farrell Parker, Independent Green Party.
Bob Fitrakis, thank you so much for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
A great American patriot, Bob Fitrakis.
It's been a pleasure, and this is what the world needs. Go green. And as we say in Ohio, no fracking way.
Green Party, Green TV is produced and directed by Gail Farrell Parker, Independent Green Party State Vice Chair, mother, grandmother, retired Air Force officer, the only woman on the ballot in Virginia twice statewide for U.S. Senate, and I'm proud to call her my friend. Thanks to our director today, Philip Helfenbein and the great technical assistance in there by Brooklyn Kenley. I am Kerry Campbell, Independent Green Party. It's, as Dr. Jill Stein says, it's in our hands. We'll see you again next time on Green Party, Green TV.